So we're going to continue our talk with the second group of students from our mentorship program. And we're going to start with you, Cherise. Tell me what your research focus was and why you were drawn to that topic.
Well, our research topic was cardiovascular disease, and we chose that topic because we wanted to educate our community about cardiovascular disease and its effects and how they can prevent cardiovascular disease.
Sure. So your focus was cardiovascular disease in comparison to what population?
To Puerto Ricans in Brooklyn.
Okay.
So we compared Puerto Ricans in Brooklyn to Puerto Ricans in Puerto Rico.
Okay, and what did you find there? What was interesting about that research?
Well, what we found about that was that Puerto Ricans in Puerto Rico, they were getting the cardiovascular disease symptoms faster than Puerto Ricans in Brooklyn. Yes, and this was because of eating habits and also lack of exercise and so forth.
Okay. So let's talk about now statistics. What statistics do you have that you kind of unraveled in your research?
Well, while we were researching, we found out that globally 17.5 million people died, and this represented about 30% or a little bit or slightly higher percentage of people that died. And because the percentage is so high, cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death in the world. And we want to make sure that our community is aware of this disease and its causes, what causes it, and how to prevent it.
And let's talk about the causes then. What did you find with that?
The main cause of cardiovascular disease, I would say, that we researched is smoking. Second would be physical inactivity, and others would be just not exercising.
Poor diet.
Yeah, poor diet and malnutrition. That would be another thing.
And it's something that's also extremely pervasive when you're talking about the younger population because your diets are not that great. You're not prone to exercise as much anymore, and especially with your physical education programs, that you also become higher at risk for cardiovascular disease at an earlier age.
Right, because nowadays kids are into video games, and they sit around, play video games, and usually near schools there are fast food restaurants. But I recently read in the news that they are banning McDonald's and fast food restaurants from at least a mile, radius of schools.
Right.
So,
right.
Which is a good thing. And kids are going to be more active if they go outside and play basketball instead of playing it on, video games. So this is another issue. And another thing is smoking. A lot of teenagers believe that it is cool when in reality it's not. And I think that smoking cessation programs should be established and
right in the school systems. That's a really good point. Yeah. Do you guys have a smoking cessation in your school?
We had guest speakers come and speak to us.
Do you have a heavy amount of smokers in your school? Would you say?
No, we don't.
Okay.
We don't have that many people that smoke, but a certain number of people do.
That's great. Let's talk with you guys. Tell us about the research topic that you chose and why it interested you.
My name is Kun Pan. I focused on tuberculosis in India and specifically in Queens in the United States, New York. And what appealed to me was that, I know people who have tuberculosis or a relative or a friend, and I'm sure most of us know someone who has it. And in the back of my mind, I always wondered what it was. Is it some sort of disease, some sort of virus? So I was afraid to find out what it was, and now I'm interested. I'm more active. I want to know what it is and what it can do to people. So that's what pretty much made me got interested into it.
So tell me what you found.
Oh, I found that one thing, wasn't surprising thing about it was that when you think of tuberculosis, you think of a respiratory problem. Yes, that's true, but that's the majority of the case. But it can always spread throughout the body. So, and that's classified extrapulmonary tuberculosis. It can affect the meninges, the lymphatic system. So that's other areas where it affects. So that was, and I was like, wow, it's not just only the lungs.